Welcome everybody. We got a classic song by ZZ Top. Something a lot of people don't cover or teach, but you know me. I hear something I like, I gotta learn it. And of course, share it. So today we got some TV dinners in the microwave. Okay, for this song, I've written it out. Of course, my notes are right below the video to click on the link and download the PDF. It's in drop D standard tuning. So our sixth string is dropped down to a D, and the rest of the strings are normal, A, D, G, B, and E. Okay, so we are in drop D, and there's actually one live video of them guys playing this, and that kind of helped me. Okay, so this song starts out, it's got a rhythm guitar, and then of course the overdub lead. Live Billy just plays the lead, which is probably what you'll do, but we'll talk about the rhythm, and the rhythm is consistent throughout the song. The intro is going to be a D chord, sixth root, but because, let's just call it a power chord because we're not going to a third, we're just playing the sixth, fifth, and fourth string. All right, and with that said, because we're tuned down, we just cover our finger over the 12th fret. So it's a down, up, down, and then 3 scratches. All right, he'll do that a total of 4 times. All right, then we start what would be the chorus. Now, under that intro, the rhythm, we have the leads. So, just to continue with the intro, what I want to do is go over the leads. We're going to be playing in D pentatonic minor. All right, so all right, and what he starts out with is a rake. So you just hit the maybe 4th, 3rd, and the 2nd string, muted, I'm sorry, to the 2nd string, muted the other string. So that 2nd string will be at the 13th fret. Then we're going to grab the 3rd string at the 10th fret. And then we go to the 4th string at 12th. And we will hit that twice. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. After he hits that 12 on the 4th string twice, he holds that a slight bit, and then you'll hear a slide in, and that slide will be on the 3rd and 2nd string from 9 to 10. All right, and then the lick will repeat again. One more, 9, 10. All right, now we'll do it a 3rd time, and then our slide. And then we change the lick. We're going to start on the 3rd string at the 12th fret with a bend, release, pull off to 10. But we're not going to land as we would normally from the 3rd string to the 4th string. We're going to go up to the 5th string at 12. And then you'll hear him hit 12. And it sounds like a slide in. All right, which would be typical of Billy. All right, and then we're into the rhythm. And if you watch the live video, he's just playing it with his pinky and his first finger, the chords. All right, so we have our D chord, and we start out after the intro and those licks, we start into the chorus. They just start with the chorus, and they start singing about TV dinners. All right, so the chorus is 2 measures of the D chord. So 4 times with the scratches. Okay, that would be a measure. We'll do that again. Now, throughout this song, there are, again, overdub things, but you can just add them in. So when we are in the 2nd measure of the chorus, You will hear him do the D chord 3 times. Right after the 3rd time, instead of the scratches, you'll hear one guitar just go from the 11th fret to 12 on the 6th string with a pinch harmonic. Alright, so it'll be like this. Okay, and he holds that, and then we are into the verse. Now the verse, he switches chords, so he's going from this D down to a B. But we're just doing the power chord, the 6th, 5th, and 3rd string. Alright, that's a measure long, and then we are back to a D for another measure. And that is the verse. Alright, so verse 1, of course I said there's always something different when Billy's playing. On the recording, he does, after the 3rd time of hitting the 12s instead of the scratches, he will slide the 9, 10 on the 3rd and 2nd string. So the verse 2, when we go back to the D chord, it'll sound like this. So he does that twice, and then we start singing chorus 2, start singing about TV dinners, and we're back to our D, and then our B. Alright, there's no more licks in chorus 2 and verse 2 that are underneath it, per se. So that's chorus 2 and verse 2. After verse 2, we're in a nice little break and the solo starts. I call it a break because this very first lick happens again later in the song, but there's no solo after it. There is a solo at the end of the song, but it doesn't come with the second break, if you will. So I'm calling this the break and solo. Let's look at the break, all right? We're in open D, so we're going to hammer in, hit the 6th string open, hammer into the 3rd fret, hit the 5th string open, hammer into the 5th fret, and then hit 3 on the 4th string. Alright, it's not held with vibrato very long. And then you'll hear him come in with this. He's going to take the 3rd fret of the 4th string, slide up to 5, and then come back to 3. Do the same thing on the 5th string. And then the 6th string, he's going to hammer in from 3 to 5, back to 3. Okay, so we have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we start the solo. All right, the solo, again, is kind of following the rhythm. We're going back and forth between. What's underneath would be the bass playing D and B chords, but I don't really think there is an actual guitar under the solo. I think it's just him playing the solo. I could be wrong, could be buried in the mix. But either way, we're gonna start right up here at this 3rd position. We'll be doing a bunch of pinch harmonics. I noted those in my notes. I'm not gonna go through specifically because they're here and there, and really just play it with feeling. Alright, so we're going to start out with, right there we start the solo. Alright, now what we're going to do is the 5th fret of the 5th string, hit that twice, and then 2 pinch harmonics to the 3rd fret of the 4th string. Repeat that, but we'll come back to the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Then we repeat the whole 2 things. Alright, now we'll go 5 to 3 twice. Then we come back to the 5th string, 5 to 3, and then 5 twice. To the 3rd fret of the 4th string. Then 5 twice, 3, 5 twice, 3. So you see a little pattern happening there. And then we're going to kind of end this D chord, if you will, and before we move to the B. And what we're going to do is hit 5 on the 5th string to 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5 on the 4th. Alright, and then we are to the, like I said, the B chord and the solo over that. Okay, for the third measure of the solo, we're moving up to the 5th position. Right, I'm going to stop right there because there's a lot of movement, if you will. So basically we're hitting that 4th string 9 to the 3rd and 2nd string 9 once, and then hit those 2 strings again twice. Then we jump up to the 5th string, slide from 9 to 7, catch 5, and then come back to B, the B note, the 2nd fret. All right. We can't go here because we're tuned down. This would normally be B. B's up here at 9. But then we jump 5 to 7, so you can come up here to B. All right, whatever you're comfortable with, but it makes, to me, more sense to go down to this B. All right. Then we go to 9, 7 on the 4th string. I'm sorry, 7 to 9 on the 4th string. And then come up and catch 7 on the 6th string. And then he'll do this. So he's grabbing the 3rd string bent and then released at the 7th fret. He does a 9 bend and then 7 unbent. Then a 9 unbent, 9 bent to 7. So we're moving to the 3rd and 5th position. All right, we're going to start 5, 3, 5 on the 5th string to a 3 on the 4th, back to 5, 4 times on the 5th string. Then 3, 5, 3. All right, so we're starting with 3, 5, 3 and kind of ending with it. So at this half measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we come to the 6th string. We're going to go 5, 3. And then you'll hear him go from about 4, slid into 5. Back to 3. Then a 5, 3, 5. To the 3rd fret of the 4th string. 2 5s, 3 5, and end with 2 5s. I know it's a lot of numbers, that's why I write this out, and hopefully you'll be able to follow along. So let's do it together slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're into chorus 3. Chorus 3, just like we've played with the D chord, we don't have any overplaying on this. We're just doing it. Alright, then we start verse 3. We're back to our B chord, but we stop it short. Instead of playing the last full 3 strikes of the B chord and 3 scratches, we're only going to hit it once, and then break 2 will come in. So it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there is verse 3, and then break 2. Okay, finishing up the song with the outro, and there's a little bit different rhythm here, and the outro solo. So I'm going to talk about what he's doing in the different rhythms that are going on. Okay, so we've got our normal D with the scratches. Okay, underneath that, especially to start, he's going to do the old pinch harmonic from 11 to 12. And he's going to hold that, do some more chords and scratches, and then you'll hear it again. he'll hold that until the second set of 12s, and instead of the second set of scratches, you'll hear the slide in from 9 to 10. And he'll do this for the next 3 parts where we would scratch. Okay, and then you'll hear one last 11 to 12 harmonic, and then the rhythm changes. We're basically going to go from an G to an F, and then to a D. So we'll just use double stops. We'll go on the 4th and 3rd string at 12 to 10 on the 4th and 3rd, and then we'll go to the D, or referencing the D on the 5th and 4th. And then you'll hear 6 scratches, and the scratches happen right after. Okay, we're going to do that set of G to F and D 4 times, and then we start the lead. Okay, I think this outro solo is my favorite. It's just got some really tasty licks in it. I'm going to go through the first 2 measures, and then I'll show you what it kind of breaks down really good for the first 2 measures. Then the next measure, which I really want to show you individually, and then the last measure, which takes us out, and it's a real cool outro lick. So, all right, with that said, let's go through the first 2 measures of it. All right, we finished. All right, now we start with this. What we're going to do is go from start on the 3rd string, 10 to 12, and then we go to the 2nd string, 10, but back to 10 on the 3rd, and then 12 on the 2nd. Then we come back 10 to 12 on the 3rd. All right, so this so far, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just move your finger up, catch 12 on the 4th string, little vibrato. Then we take 10 on the 2nd and 3rd string, and we're going to hammer into 11 and strike it 2 more times. We'll do that a total of 3 times. After our 3rd set, then we're going to strike it 3 more times. Then we grab 12 and 13, and we'll be bending up 12. And as we bend it up, we'll hit it 3 more times before we release it on the 4th. Then we hit it unbent 3 times. And on the 4th time, I'm sorry, that was 2. On the 4th time, we're going to pull off to 10 on that 3rd string. Then hit 10 on that 3rd string again individually and go to 12 on the 5th. And catch 10 hammered into 12. Alright, so let's take it from the bend up and then hitting it unbent, pulling off to 10 and so forth. So really the second measure of this outro solo. 1, 2, 3, 4. After we hit 10 again on the 5th string, our 4th string, we slide off. Then we come back to 10, then a pinched harmonic on the 3rd string to 12 on the 4th, and then 12 pulled off to 10 on that 4th. Then we just come down 10 to 12 on the 3rd string, slight bend, and then 10, 12, 10. And that ends the second measure of the solo. So this is the 3rd measure of the outro solo. All right, so it's the bending of the 3rd string, and then with a free finger, hybrid picking that 13 and back to 12 and 13 between pick and finger. He only does it twice, but it's enough. And after the second time on the third string, the releases it. All right, so it starts out, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I just love that lick. All right, starts out 4-string 12 to the third string 10, 12, 10, 12, back to 4th string of 12. Then we start bending up 12 and then again hybrid picking 13, back and forth, and then a release. Then we catch 10 on the third string after we release that 12, and we're going to hit 12 on the 4th string twice. All right, so all together slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this last little blues lick is going up to the second position of the pentatonic and moving back to the first. And it's got some real nice Billy-isms with the way he slides back and forth. All right, so what we're doing, we're sliding in to the 14th fret, then we grab, that's on the 3rd string, then we grab a 13 to 15, and then quickly hit 13 and hammer into 15. Then we're going to slide in from 12 to 13 on the 1st string, then we come up to the 2nd string at 15, then 3rd string at 14, back to the 2nd string at 13. So I kind of emphasized it there. That's a real nice blues lick. All right, so, but what Billy does is, in Billy's style, once he hits that 13 on the 2nd string, he's going to grab 14 and slide that real quick back to 12. Hear that? Then we grab 10 on the 3rd string. And at that point, we just hit 12 2 times consecutively, and then 4 times a little bit pause between each other. And that's the end of the song.